Hello, happy Friday, y'all. I am still here and ready to rumble. Yes, I am. All right, so I'm getting prepared for my ritual, and there was some psychic attacks that had apparently came through because today I was dreaming about tornadoes and stuff. So you know what that means. There was some I got seriously psychically attacked yesterday because I want to fulfill my dreams. And it was insane. But I survived it. And I'm still here. I think when people try to take away your personal rights and liberties, it can be very difficult. It can be very disturbing. It can be very destructive to the spirit. So probably what I felt was more than likely some kind of counter ritual to try to counteract or at least to prevent. Probably what I felt. Oops, that's on my phone. And it's because I'm truly solitaire out here, and sometimes it's like that. And sometimes you may go through some stuff like that. But I'm good today. It's the weirdest thing because now I kind of feel like I have a cold, which is very strange because I didn't feel like that yesterday afternoon. And, so now what I'm doing is getting set up for the ritual that I'm doing. Thank you to those that participated. I appreciate and value your energy. I truly, truly do. So yeah, that was a trip. If you guys didn't catch the video detail of the psychic attack that I suffered last night, then you can go and you'll find it. It says I just survived one of the worst psychic attacks that I've ever had in my life. Because I guess, I don't know. Spirit told me exactly where it came from. Showed me in the cards. And it's just a very, very sad and unfortunate thing. I mean, if people used half of their power that they use against me, trying to stop me from doing what I have a God-given right to do, then truly their lives would be better and they would have no reason to do any psychic attacks in the first place. So, that means that I got to get this ritual done even more. So, and I'm going to start, doing all of the stuff involving it and doing the protection. Because, people don't want you to have what you want. They want you to have what they want. And I think that's kind of ridiculous. So I remember I did a ritual. Sorry, guys, my allergies are just really bothering me today, but I'm also doing a healing from the allergies, which might have something to do with it. I'm not sure. I doubt it very seriously. And I'm putting I'm putting all of my candles in their candle holders and stuff so that I can get it set up so that we can get it going. As an authentic high priestess, Should I be discussing my rituals live? Probably not. But this is the only way that I have to get in touch with people and to advertise my services, you know? So, you know, I was really honestly like asking people years ago on YouTube, a lot of other people that were coming down on another vlogger for advertising her website. They were like, why are you advertising your website? You're supposed to be doing this for free. And she was like, no, how, you know, and I was thinking back then, well, how are people going to know about her website unless she says it, you know? Hey, Blue Rain. How are people going to know about this person's business if she doesn't advertise it? So it's so bizarre the way people, you know, you know, I just don't get it. And I really don't get why people take an invested interest in what you do and not an invested interest in what they do. It's something that I will never, ever, ever understand. I just don't. I'm just going to continue to not understand. But what I will tell you is that I have faith and trust in myself, which is what it requires. So yeah, they tried to zap me last night. They tried to do a zapping. And I felt it. It came very suddenly and quickly, made no sense. Made absolutely no sense. But unfortunately, it's the reality of the spirit realm and what we're dealing with, because so many people do have a lot of the, you know, and in order for somebody to be able to do that, you have to have some kind of access to the spirit realm in order to do that, which would be where you could access me, you know, where you could have accessed me last night. So then another thing that spirit is telling me is that nobody can access you like that, like your family. So I'm being told by spirit that it was family that did it. I don't know, guys. This is how I feel. I feel that if you are jealous or if you are envious or if you are upset with people in your family, then maybe you shouldn't watch them on YouTube. Perhaps it's best to just forget that they ever existed if you got that much hatred in your heart. It was almost like I was having some kind of weird seizure or stroke or something. It was so weird. That's how they killed my auntie. She died of a stroke. So, and it was because of magic. It was because of black magic that was being done on her. You know, you can't get them back. You know what I'm saying? Because so she's never coming back in that way. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of the reality when you're trying to do something that other people obviously didn't have the capability of doing, evidently. And I'm not talking crap or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, it just so happened that would happen. It's so weird and strange to me. Very strange indeed. But the show must go on. And the ritual will go on. It's going on right now as we speak. I'm going to start calling my quarters, and get all that done. And then we will get prepared. So I will be back in like shortly via phone because I like to show that the ritual did get done. The last one, I didn't do that, but I shouldn't have to hide my work. I shouldn't have to be afraid. I shouldn't have to be scared. I should just, I have never ever in my life, and I know you guys are wondering the same thing, but I can promise you I'm going to be victorious and come out of all of this. I've never ever seen anybody besides myself get psychically attacked and attacked with magic to this capacity. I have never ever seen it in my life. It's almost like these people's lives depend on it, but your life don't depend on it. Come on, their life don't depend on it. This is not something that they should even be interested in or care about. But that's just the reality of the spirit realm sometimes. They'll send you fake attacks and, stuff like that can and has sent people to the hospital. They like, oh, I'm having a heart attack. No, you're not having a heart attack. You just being psychically attacked by some very, very angry, spiteful, and vengeful people who have a taste for vengeance that doesn't even make any sense. It's not even justified. If you can't justify your magic sometimes, I don't know. I just don't play around with the spirits like that. I really don't. I'm one of those practitioners that I want to manifest something real, not something fake. That's why I rarely psychically attack people. Rarely do I do that. You know what I'm saying? If not at all, I don't do that kind of stuff. So, here's my barbecue lighter. So anyway, I hope y'all having a happy new moon. I know I am because I woke up this morning. Because, boy, they sure was trying to stop this one. They really were. So that means even more we have to do this ritual. Whenever somebody tries to stop your ritual, that means that you must do the ritual. Must do it. You just have to. All right. I'm just getting my candles set up and everything. They were, and it sucks because I don't have my coven set up yet. My coven exists strictly in the spirit realm at the moment. But they always get together and do certain things. And then all it does is kind of knock me off balance for a couple of minutes and then I'm right back. So I don't understand why they keep doing it. I guess they're going to keep trying. But that is not going to stop me. Trying to figure out where exactly I want to just do it all on my altar because it is definitely raining outside. I wanted to do it outside, but it's too much rain. It's too wet out there. And the strangest thing happened last night. I was, not last night, this morning. Well, when I woke up this morning, I was dreaming about tornadoes and running from something. I don't have anything to run from. You know what I'm saying? There's absolutely nothing that I would need to run from or to be afraid of or to hide from, So, just the strangest thing. How people will try to create enemies. My enemies were not enemies that I created naturally. Those enemies were created for me. And you always got to remember that. A lot of times your enemies were not naturally created. They were created for you. So then that's not your natural enemy, to be honest with you, especially if it was something that was created for you by somebody that wanted to control you. And it's not what I'm doing. It is that level of control that they want to have that is the harm. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that I've done can even be remotely harmful like that, because when you try to deny somebody's spirit, when you try to deny them, when you keep trying to deny them of what is rightfully theirs, they are fighting a righteous battle and you're not, because you're trying to take from them. So we have a lot of that going on, evidently. And if you notice, they don't do it with any other witches, and that's because they're probably afraid of those witches' mother. Well, my mother is like a big old joke to them. They just, you know, and if they think that your mother is a big joke, they just kind of think, oh, well, then this is a sacrifice. You know, because people are ignorant like that. You know what I'm saying? People can be quite ignorant like that, because I have a divine mother. I have the divine version of a mother. Have you ever been waking up from loud banging but not sure where it's coming from? I kind of feel like it could be negative energy that someone tried to send. More than likely. I ain't never had that. I ain't never had anything like that, but I can tell you that I've been psychically attacked before. And I felt certain rituals that were being done on me. I felt them. And it's not anything that is nice. It's not a good thing at all. All right, I've got to go around the house and I've got to gather up more candlesticks. I've got them kind of all over the house because I did some rituals. I'm going to do, not only am I doing this ritual, but I'm also going to use my tea lights and get them set up around the house tonight for protection. We'll make sure they're in every window, every doorway, in the toilets, not in the toilets, but in the toilet room, because that's where they come through sometimes. So yeah, and you know, I think it's just for real. What I feel is that I'm going through some kind of transition. From what I can feel is that it's some kind of transition. It's not death. It's not death. I'm only 41 years old. I spoke to my ex yesterday and he tried to make me feel like I was old. I'm like, oh, wow. You know, this is kind of the same familiar energy. Wow. No, I'm not old, honey. I think it's a trip. I do. I think it's a trip and a half, y'all. The crazy people in this world. And see, what they'll do is they'll tell me that the psychic attack wasn't real, that it was me. Well, then why was I feeling fine all day then? Why was I feeling fine all day? If I was feeling fine all day and then all of a sudden I wasn't feeling fine, you know, you think that maybe I would kind of have some clue that that's not me and maybe that's you. And they'll say, no, it's not. It's you. Don't. Now, they're not going to say nothing. They're not going to deny it. And I can guarantee you they ain't going to try that one again. It was definitely, it was a very, very hard spirit. Boy, that spirit was hard to get out the house too. was one of them very, very strong spirits that, you know, people, you know, some of these people will go and they'll dig up graveyard dirt from murderers and rapists and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I don't do that kind of magic to people. Especially people that don't deserve it. I think I would do that to somebody that's maybe a rapist or a murderer or a pedophile or something. But of course, since, you know, these ignorant, silly fools believe that I was a pedophile, it's so ridiculous, y'all. Y'all just, and I swear, and you can't make this stuff up either. That's why I'm so quick to defend people that I don't, if it ain't no evidence against them, and they leave them alone. Because I'm telling you, they can say anything. They will say anything to try to justify in their head, but it'll never be justified and it will never be righteous. So I've got our petition and everything written out. And we're going to just get started very, very soon. I will be back. Like I said, I'm going to be using my camera phone to show you guys the whole setup and everything once the candles and everything gets lit. Funny thing, I never realized someone was poisoning me. God was guiding me. Oh, yeah, they will poison you. They will do stuff like that. They will. That's just like when I realized that I was being drugged. And they said I was crazy. But why would I be having symptoms of being drugged if I wasn't actually drugged? You know, some people, I guess it's luck of the draw, you know. I tend to have very, very good luck. But unfortunately, I guess the family that I was born into, because it showed me that it was my parents. Now, I don't know, you know, but I could see a lot of earth sign people, just earth sign people. I don't know why it was the earth sign people doing it. It's kind of ridiculous. Someone's trying to attack you today. Guys, I'm going to try to do a universal reading because it is, you know, from what I could feel that it was definitely, it's not just your family or it's not just your enemies. It's definitely some kind of interdimensional being that's trying to steal your life force. It definitely is that. I can tell you that because I have a lot of life in me. A lot. I have a lot of life in me. And, you know, people try to talk to you like you're just dead. No, you're dead. You don't have any life in you. You're just dead. No, I don't think so. So it's weird, guys. It's weird. And, you know, whenever people get to hanging around with members of my family, you know, especially my mother, that's when stuff gets very, very, very weird. So the same angel and entity that has been protecting me, it's going to remain protecting me. I've been protected from this stuff since I was born. You know what I'm saying? I've been protected from it since I was born. Since I was in my mother's womb, it's been protecting me. And I have a very, very good heart, and I always will, and that's what they're after. Because everything comes from the heart. It's almost like I've got the sacred heart of Jesus or something, and they're after it. It's so weird. And because I'll never change. And it's sad because if you don't change, a lot of people feel like if you don't change and you don't become just like them, that you won't survive. And that's actually not true either. I don't believe in that either. I love the person that I am. I'm not confused. I wake up every day. I feel good. I love life. I would never want to be anything like those people. I would never want to be anything like those entities. I don't even have to evolve into them. For what? It makes no sense. So that's why I'm still a fitting sacrifice for them. They feel like I'm still a good sacrifice because she's still good. She still has goodness in her heart. She hasn't allowed herself to be tainted by this stuff. And I haven't. But that's a part of who I am. It makes me feel good every day. I love it. I love it. I love being who I am because I don't have to have the weight on me. I don't have to have that added weight on me. And people that are bad and messed up people, they want to transfer it to you. They don't want to feel how they feel because it feels horrible. It sucks being who they are. I'm telling you what I know. It sucks being who they are. They hate it. They hate being bad people. And that's why they envy good people so much. And they try to act like, oh, you just stupid. Well, when they know that you're not stupid, then that's when they just really want to get you. You know, and they will try to steal your heart chakra right out of your chest. That's why a lot of good people end up having heart attacks and strokes and stuff like that. But we don't always persevere, ain't we? Sacrifice, I will be no more. Society plays the ultimate game, light versus dark, hope versus despair, and all the world's fate hangs in the balance. Yeah, I know, this whole duality thing. Yeah, I know. And they totally mistook what that was about. This whole balance of good and evil, they mistook that. They did. They totally mistook it. They didn't really understand what that meant. They didn't. They thought that it meant that they could just go and just be very bad and just do bad things to people, and that's actually not the truth. So this is the reason why they ain't been able to kill me yet with magic. Because please believe they've been trying. They have been, I'm telling you. And one of them is practicing necromancy. Necromancy is where you conjure up certain spirits and you send them to do your bidding. But this person don't understand that a lot of people have already crossed over to the spirit realm. And when somebody is in the spirit realm, death is nothing but a doorway. Death is an option in the spirit realm. So if you're truly practicing necromancy, then you would not try to do that. It sucks because they're going to still try, but it's just going to be a waste of time. And as you can see, they tried to prevent the ritual from happening, but it was just a waste of damn time and energy. And now hopefully they'll stop wasting their energy on it, because that felt, you know what that felt like? It didn't feel like it felt like it was meant to feel like a spiritual attack. But I'm just going to keep it real with you. It felt like something that had to do with either electricity, something involving an electrical device. Okay? Something that involved some kind of electronic device that they were using. That's what it felt like. It didn't feel like, it just felt like something electrical. It was so weird. But it was very well thought out and very well orchestrated. And that's all it is just an orchestration. It's just like it's a scenario, it's a scene that they're trying to set up. But if it ain't my time to go, baby, you can't take me. You can't make me go. So what they don't understand is that your spirits and God, the creator, does determine that. And so a lot of these practitioners, it's okay to say that you're God or that you're many gods or whatever, but when it comes to life and death, that's not your call to decide when somebody lives or dies. It's not, and it never will be. Okay, and necromancy is not trying to kill somebody. You want to know what necromancy is? Necromancy is when you can bring somebody back from the dead. That's what necromancy is, when you can control the dead. They don't care who gets hurt in the process. They don't care that I have children. They don't care about that. And see, that's very unrighteous, because my children, I think these kids gonna keep me here till I'm 150 years old. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's necromancy is the supposed practice of communicating with the dead, especially in order to predict the future. Now, necromancy is what I already do. But necromancy is black magic and sorcery in general, right? Conjuration of the spirits of the dead for purpose of magically revealing the future or influencing the course of events. So some people will go to graveyards and they'll travel. They'll travel miles and miles, miles and miles. They'll travel miles and miles and miles to go to these graveyards to get the graveyard dirt of, murderers and rapists, and then they'll send it over to women. and it's kind of like, are you for real? Because when it showed up, I could even hardly believe that it was here, and I shouldn't have took it for granted. I should have just went ahead and it jumped in me. It jumped through me. It was like several of them. They were just going through me. They were just running through me. And so there had to be some kind of purpose to it, because my spirits are always going to turn the bad into the good. I've noticed that they always do that. Like every single thing that is bad that happens to me, it just leads to my greater good every single time. I can tell you that God loves me. The higher if you want to call it the man upstairs, what do they call it? A higher power, whatever that higher power is, boy, they love me because they done saved me a bunch of times. Hold on. All right, y'all. I had to go upstairs and get the rest of my candle holders. All right. When I do finally leave this earth, nobody in that family is allowed to come to my funeral, and none of them is getting nothing. I'm just telling y'all how I feel about the situation. None of them are allowed at my funeral. When I do pass on, they ain't allowed at the funeral and things. It's just how I feel. A lot of people wouldn't understand that. But to be honest with you, I don't even want no funeral. I would never, ever, ever worry my family with that. When I die, I'm to be cremated immediately and spread my ashes in the Atlantic Ocean. So a lot of them want your body. I can imagine that if I would have died, my mom would have been saying, bring her body back here. Honey. I'm saying to y'all publicly that they are not allowed to take my body back to Kansas City and bury it nowhere. So that's really what they want, is your body. They want you, because your body, you know, your body is a lot. A lot of people think, oh, this is just a physical body. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not just a physical body. It's not. And everybody holds on to their physical embodiments, just like people coming in, all these experts on the Michael Jackson video. Hey, listen, I'm sorry, but you know, that just, a lot of people always have something else to say. You know, and I'm getting a lot of good energy from people on that Michael Jackson reading, but people are sending me some bad energy on that reading for some reason. I never did understand why. Hey, I'm not it. What's up? Isn't black magic all about imposing someone's intent on your life against your will? Pretty much. Pretty much. But they say that all magic is black magic because supposedly if you do a spell to get a job, you're affecting someone else that might have gotten that job and you just took it from them. So, you know, all magic can be gray sometimes, you know. But see, the problem is that people waste too much time hanging on to stuff that wasn't meant for them. No, Ouija boards are not a bad thing. It might be just the spirit that you got in contact with that might be the bad thing. But Ouija boards in themselves are not bad. Divination is not bad. It just depends on who's doing it, because even when a Christian prays to God, they are still doing a ritual. Your churches do rituals all the time. Okay? They just don't want you to do those rituals for yourself. They want you to be codependent. So when I die, I will move on and don't want people trying to conjure me, my being, to ask questions, because I'm moving on to the next round. I know that's right, John. I know that's right. But see, a lot of these people, they either feel like they sold their souls, or maybe they sold it because they didn't read the fine print. They say you should always read the fine print of any contract that you sign, and that's the truth. And a lot of us, when we want something, we don't bother to read the fine print. A lot of people do, though. A lot of people will read that fine print, but a lot of people will not. Right. And the thing about Ouija boards is that you have to have protection. And then, oh, trust me, guys, my protection did me well last night. I know y'all thinking, well, if you were protected, how could that happen? Honey, if I wasn't protected, that stuff would have killed me. And they've killed many people like that. People just drop dead. They've killed many people like that. And I suspect who it is. I really, really do, because people around them have died in that same mysterious way as well. Coincidentally, around the same time that they fell sick, they were arguing with certain people. You notice that? This is this one witch. She's been trying to murder me for years with magic, and you know, and it's because she's probably, her spirit is just dark. She's just a murderer. That's you know, people will try to figure stuff out. You'd be like, well, why is this person doing this? And because they just dark hearted. They just got darkness around them. They're just a dark person, you know? Mm-hmm. Someone told me to ask Alaska about Winchester. Said it was a minor planet that revolves the sun. Can you clarify? I've never heard of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're somebody that's just like TLC, they signed that contract and Pebbles took all their money and they didn't read it. They was just young and silly and they just signed it and signed their life away. That's probably where they accidentally signed away Lisa Left Eye Lopez. They said it was a bad spirit that was chasing after her. You know who I want to channel is Lisa Left Eye Lopez. That's who I want to channel. I know a lot of people have been, people have been sending me some really good requests too. On that Michael Jackson video, they want more. They want me to do more readings, like a lot of people. And so they're requesting for me to do these readings. And so I can't do all of them because I have a lot of stuff to do. Doing spiritual work, doing rituals, rituals is something that I truly enjoy doing. You know, unfortunately, psychic attacks is one that practitioners, it's a reality for us. Now, normally witches don't have a whole group of witches working together against them. That's not normal. That's something, I mean, you'd have to be a pretty supreme witch to have that many enemies. My goodness. To where everybody hates you. You know, wow, who am I? Everybody hates me. Okay, well, I must be something. And so they had to come up with some quick excuse as to why they hated me, but their excuse didn't pan out. It didn't. And they still making excuses. And a lot of people to justify, because if they were to say, okay, I'm going to stop attacking Jamila, I'm going to stop doing it, then they'll have to deal with the guilt. Then they'll have to deal with the guilt, won't they? So they have to stay in that fantasy, because that fantasy is what keeps them from not grabbing their chest and saying, how could I do this to this wonderfully sweet person? How could I do this to her? I can't believe I was that disgusting to do that. Oh, yeah, witches have consciousness. You know, witches don't just run around here hurting people without any conscience. They don't. Yeah. Yeah. Whenever you use a Ouija board, you just have to make sure that you close the connection and make sure that the spirits are gone. You know, sometimes when you call on the spirit, you need to ask them to leave when you're done. I'm experienced at divination, and I even forget sometimes, because some of them spirits will get tricky, and sometimes they'll make you forget, and then it'll lay in wait and hide. They'll hide in the shadows, thinking that you done forgot about them because you probably did, and then bam, there they come. So this is one of the reasons why a lot of the readers on here, they don't do the actual divination process live, or they do it off camera, because other people that don't have the power of divination can possibly take advantage of that. They can be using your own divination skills against you. So I'm gonna stop doing that, divinating on camera. I'm gonna have all the cards laid out before I even turn on the camera. And then that way people are not taking advantage of that whole process, because they'll do that too. And they definitely want me off of YouTube. Y'all know I applied at one of those psychic places and they didn't hire me. Because they said we don't want to step on nobody's toes. And I can imagine that if they would have hired me, boy, all of those other psychics would have had it out for me. Which is sad, but it's the truth. Every job that I'm at, it seemed like it's a bunch of females and men that are out to get me. every job that I've ever worked. And so it's weird, but it's the truth. Even sometimes, even when I walk around Georgia, people just look at me like they know who I am. It's weird. It is. It's very weird. It's very weird. It really is. They definitely what? She trying to make her dreams come true? Oh no, we got to zap her. We got to zap this lady. She doing way too much right now. She doing way too much. No, no, no. We cannot have that. I'm gonna put all of my. There we go. This is just looking perfect. I can't wait until I get all of the candles lit up. This is going to be so beautiful whenever I get it done. Of course, I'm not going to do the ritual on camera. That would literally send them into a frenzy because if they just let go of their need to control people, it'll be okay. Literally, it's because they want to have power and control over me. These two red candles in the middle. That's where our petitions are going to be. Oh, yeah. Okay. So last night, the psychic attacks was so heavy that I had to use some of my tall candles for protection. It was so weird. But I've got tea lights, plenty of them. So we needed more of the round ones anyway. So, bye, John. You have a great day too. If y'all healers out there can send me some healing energy, I would really appreciate it. But I'm going to tell y'all something. Last night, I called to Archangel Raphael and I said healing. And literally, it was like instant healing. If you're feeling spirits in the shower, then you need to take a bath. Taking a bath is so important to your healing process. It's very important. It's no joke. They say that showers come from, quote unquote, the devil. That's what they say. I've heard people say that. Showers is the devil. You know, there's some people that are religious fanatics, and you know, my family is not very religious. But as soon as I start practicing witchcraft and stuff, boy, they start grabbing their Bibles. I don't know why. Why do they think that I'm going to automatically do work against them unless you already had some kind of plot against me? Why would I just automatically do work against you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you may be right, Smarty Girl. I actually love showers. I don't have that problem when I take showers, but that's probably because I take equal as many baths as I do showers. Yeah. I take equally as many baths as I do showers. So all right. So I got everything set up. I gotta go. Y'all have a beautiful day. I hope you find the love that you want. Don't let nobody close your heart up. Mm. Dang, you would feel them in the pool. All right, y'all, I gotta go.